If your lead magnet is a PDF, it's telling people, here's what to know. If it's a mini course, it's saying, here's what to do. But an online tool, well, now that tells people, let's get you moving. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 lessons that explain why the format of your lead magnet matters just as much as the information inside it. Using an online tool I created for this demo, I'm going to compare PDFs, mini courses, and online tools. And I'll show you why a tool like the one in the demo can help the user faster and work harder for the business at the same time. If we haven't met before, hello, I'm Laurel, the founder of the Up and Up Club, where I help coaches, creators, and online business owners turn ideas, PDFs, and pain points into useful little tools that do more than just sit there looking informative. So let's get into it. Now, Substack is an information publishing platform. Writers and subject area experts use it to inform and educate through articles that can be offered either as paid or free content. And the biggest pain point new users have is knowing how to start and how to grow. Now imagine you help people start and grow on Substack. A very normal lead magnet for that would be, say, a PDF called 10 Steps to Start Your Substack. Or maybe you offer a mini course called How to Launch Your Newsletter. And both of those can be absolutely useful. But both still leave a lot of the hardest work with the user. Let's start with the most common version, the PDF. PDFs are popular for a reason. They're easy to make, easy to deliver, and easy for people to understand. You can pack a lot of useful information into one, and you can give steps, examples, ideas, frameworks, all of it. But here's the issue with a PDF. It gives the user information, but it still leaves the hardest part with them. They still have to interpret it. They still have to decide what applies to them. They still have to organize their thoughts. And they still have to turn all of that into action. So yes, while the PDF is useful, it's also quietly giving them homework. And so that brings us to lesson 1. A lead magnet should create progress, not more homework. Now let me show you what I mean. This is an online lead magnet I created called Subsnack. The user starts with a fuzzy idea, and instead of being left alone with a list of steps, they get movement right away. They get help figuring out the direction. They get help shaping the idea. They get help turning uncertainty into something more usable. A lead magnet should not just hand over information, it should reduce the lift. Now, let's move to the second popular format, the mini course. Mini courses are great. You can teach more clearly, explain more nuance, and walk people through the process step by step. But that also comes with a different kind of cost. They ask the user to delay progress while they have to consume more content. They have to watch, then they have to learn, they have to absorb all this new information, and then they have to apply it. And when someone already feels overwhelmed, stuck, or unsure, that delay matters. Because sometimes what they need most is not more teaching. Sometimes what they need is traction. And that brings us to lesson 2. The fastest value often feels the most valuable. When someone feels stuck, speed to usefulness matters. Remember, a PDF says read this. A mini course says watch this. But an online tool, well, that says here, get the result right now. And that's a big difference. With Subsnack, the user doesn't have to sit through a lesson before feeling helped. They start with a rough idea, and the tool begins shaping it immediately. The faster payoff changes how the lead magnet feels. Because people remember what helped them move, not just what helped them learn. Here's the next issue that I find with a lot of traditional lead magnets. Usually, we're asking for the email first. And that's been the normal model, right? But the problem is the user has to commit before they've experienced any value. They're being asked to trust the promise, not the result. And that brings us to lesson 3. A smart lead magnet earns the email by being useful first. Let's see how Substack handles this. Notice how with Substack, the user can see the value online first. They could use the tool. They can see the output. They can decide whether it's actually helping. Then, if they want everything at once in a nicely formatted version, they can give their email. And that's a completely different kind of exchange. The tool is not saying, trust me first. It's saying, let me help you first. And here's the cool part. If the user gives their email after already experiencing the value, well, that tells you something. It tells you that the tool actually landed, that it's valuable. And if they don't, well, that also tells you something. It tells you that you've got some tweaking to do, which leads directly to lesson 4. Tools do not just capture leads, they create feedback. Because here's the problem with a PDF or any other static lead magnet. Someone can download it, disappear, and you may never know what happened. Did they read it? Did they find it useful? Did it help? You don't really know. A static lead magnet gives you distribution, but a tool will give you a signal. And that means the lead magnet is not just something you hand out and hope works. It becomes something that actually teaches you whether the value is landing. And that brings us to lesson 5. A useful lead magnet can help grow itself. Most lead magnets are one and done. Someone downloads the thing, maybe uses it, maybe doesn't, and that's the end of the interaction. There's no built-in reason to come back, no natural loop, and no real way for the lead magnet itself to create more reach. But an online tool can. Let's once more take a look at how Substack handles this. With Substack, the user gets 2 free uses. And after that, they get a referral link. And when someone else uses that link and gives their email, the original user unlocks another free use. So now the lead magnet is not just delivering value, it's creating a loop. Once again, a static lead magnet cannot do that. And while yes, a mini course could try to create some version of this, you're now asking that user to delay their progress, consume more content, and take more steps before they feel the actual win. And people do not want to chase delayed value when someone else, your competitors, is giving them visible value right now. Okay, so let's quickly recap the 5 lessons here. Lesson 1, a lead magnet should create progress, not more homework. Lesson 2, the fastest value often feels the most valuable. Lesson 3, a smart lead magnet earns the email by being useful first. Lesson 4, tools do not just capture leads, they create feedback. And lesson 5, a useful tool can create its own growth loop. Now don't get me wrong, PDFs have their place, mini courses have their place. But when someone is stuck, the best lead magnet may not be the one that teaches the most. It may be the one that helps the fastest. So when you think about your next lead magnet, don't just ask, what can I teach? Ask, how can I create movement for them and my business? And if you want help turning your own lead magnets from static into fantastic, head to the Up and Up Club and join the founding member waitlist. You'll be one of the first to hear about what I'm building inside the Up and Up Club to help coaches, creators, and online business owners turn passive lead magnets into useful tools that work harder for their audience and for their business. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, that little click really does go a long way to help me. And subscribe. I've got lots to show you, tips, tricks, and tools to make running your business in the age of AI a little easier.